Yoga. Okay, 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗓 in the beautiful Himalayan mountains, he taught everyone Kriya Yoga. Yogananda talked about it when he came out to America. Everything is about Kriya Yoga. And it's simple. It's something that's very, very simple that people have attempted to say you've got to be inducted to get it. You've got to be inducted here. You've got to get the transmission. You'll get the transmission today, here, right now, as I'm speaking about it. And that just means that the person who's teaching you about Kriya Yoga are transmitting light to you as they're teaching you. It's very, very simple technique. A lot of people think it's just about clearing both nostrils, but that's just the beginning. That is just so that you can, when you're meditating, you can do a breath meditation whilst visualizing, if you want to visualize it. It does help. Sometimes you just don't want to visualize it anymore and you just want to be there in the silence, because breath work definitely does assist silencing the mind. And if you want to do breath work while you're gazing a beautiful photograph of Paramahansa Yogananda or a beautiful painting of 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓, you know, just gazing them as they morph into all these beautiful, beautiful beings of light until it just, the whole room will turn to golden white. It just happens. And it assists you when you're gazing, as you're doing breath work, to stop thought. Yay, what a great idea. Stop thought. It's all about stopping thought. Giving my book a plug there, Stop Thought by Michele Blood, yay. Kriya Yoga, okay. So first of all, it's really, really important that both nostrils are clear. The original teacher of Kriya Yoga. And he taught Jesus, he's been around for thousands of years. He's still a living being of light, 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓, and he taught so many people. Yogananda's mother was a student of Kriya Yoga, and so was 𝗟𝗢𝗥𝗡, Yogananda's teacher. Lahiri Mahasaya was a direct disciple of 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓, and he was a householder. He had a wife and children. This is my favorite painting of 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓. You don't have to have it with the red dot. I've got another one coming without the red dot. But when you gaze this, because so many people did paintings of 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓, and my good, beautiful friend for so many years who's now left the body, Lawrence T. Bond, Dr. Lawrence T. Bond, he first gave me this painting, not this particular one, but it's the same painting of 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓, because his teacher, Yogya, worked with 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓 in the Himalayas for 16 years. And Lahiri Mahasaya, he went to meet 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓. Lots of things happened. They call about 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓 tapping you. He was tapped for sure. And so he worked for the railroads, and they gave him a job right up in the Himalayas. And no one can actually see where the cave is for 𝗙𝗙𝗟𝗓 unless he wants them to see it. And he taught Jesus the Christ. He taught him as well, Kriya Yoga. And it just goes on through the lineage. But the Buddhists do it too. The Buddhists don't call it Kriya Yoga, but they call it, you know, decluttering both. And they do a lot of exercises to release so that both nostrils are clear. Because what happens is, let's use my beautiful Tara, goddess of enlightened ones, assisting them. We have a spine. We all know we have a spine. You got a spine? Yes. Okay, we've got a spine. And along the spine, the chakras are located, actually along the ethereal spine called the Sushumna. And to become enlightened, it's important that it can happen instantaneously for some people. It's very, very rare, but that means that they've been enlightened many, many lifetimes. But the Sushumna is usually blocked, this hollow tube that runs along the spine. Because it's all one, the ethereal body, everything, it's all one. And so when we begin to focus on the Sushumna and the different chakras. I don't focus on the lower chakras ever. In the meditation that I do, I focus on the heart chakra first. Even though my teacher used to say, focus on the navel as well, I just couldn't. It would just be my heart because it was already out there. I didn't know at the time that it had already been partially activated, my heart chakra, which is along the spine. So you can feel it here, but it's actually there. Right through there is your heart chakra. So all the chakras, until eventually it has to jump to the crown chakra, which isn't along the spine. And even the third eye, it's the middle of the brain. It's that middle of the brain. You see that little thing that my teacher used to call it like a swan. And that is where the light comes out for the third eye to become activated. But let's just talk about keeping it very, very simple with Kriya Yoga. So along the spine, there are two nerves, the 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 and the Pingala. Now, the 𝗟𝗘𝗥𝗡 and the Pingala nerves, if you are breathing through just one nostril, what happens is there's only one nerve that is being activated. And you want both of them to be activated so that it's actually dangerous if you don't have a teacher who's sending you light and looking after you to attempt to do this sort of meditation where you're just focusing on the crown chakra. There was a famous man, I won't talk about him at the moment, but he nearly went insane. Eventually he came around and became fully enlightened, but he would meditate on his crown chakra for 4 hours every day, and he was sick and nearly dying for years and years and years until an enlightened teacher actually came to him and helped him, because he didn't know to keep both nostrils clear. So the 𝗟𝗃 and the Pingala nerves weren't in harmony. They weren't harmonized. They weren't both being used. So how do we do this? Most people are only breathing through one nostril at a time. So first of all, you're just going to blow your nose and just see. Got some gunk in there. Okay, that means that there's a bit of gunk. Excuse the gunk. If that makes you sick, well, you're in the wrong profession spiritually. So we want to make sure that both nostrils are clear. So how we do this is we use the thumb in your right hand to press down the nostril, the left nostril, and you're going to breathe. You're going to go. Mine's clear. Until it's clear, you're just going to keep, so have a hanky nearby or a tissue, until it's clear. And I like to do it to Om Mani Padme Hum. It's good to do it in the shower first thing in the morning because you've got the steam helping. And this assists Kriya Yoga breathing, getting both these nostrils clear actually helps lower your blood pressure, and it also helps get the oxygen through your blood flow. It's incredible what it does for you. Its breath is everything. It's life, right? So then, once you know that's clear, then you're going to cover the left nostril that you just breathed out of with your left thumb, left nostril, left thumb, and you're going to breathe out through that one really as much as you can. Until you feel, I had a little bit there, until you feel it's completely gone. And you keep doing that until it's completely cleared, until you can go, and you can go, see, there's just a little bit left in that one. For me, I can feel it. Until they're both completely clear. If you've got to do a bit of throat stuff, I know it's yucky, but let's get all the phlegm out. Ooh, charming. That's why it's really good to do it in the shower, because the steam helps release it. And people that have got sinus challenges, if you use an organic nasal spray, just an organic salt spray, that will help get the gunk out as well. If you just use one of those sprays, they're really, really helpful. And eventually, because you do want to make sure that you don't have sinus challenges. And people who have done this for years, and I've taught them to get the organic, just a little salt nasal spray, their sinus challenges dissipated, left them. Yay. So then once you've got both nostrils clear, then you're going to take a deep breath in. And if you want to do this, you can do this. I like to do it because it's a magical thing, because what you can't see doesn't mean it's not there. And there is gold Shakti, this vibration of light everywhere. And you can scoop it up. But what I want you to do first is clap your hands, rub them. I want you to get some energy, feel that. And now you're going to breathe in deeply in through your nose and scoop up that light. Hold it. And you're going to put your hands out like this, fingers together, thumbs out, and exhale out through your mouth and spread that light. So yummy. Another one, big deep breath in through your nose. And exhale. Another one. And if you want to, if there's no people around, this can really help as well. You just go, and then, let's try that if there's no people around. The vibration of the Om sound assists. You can feel the angels coming to you. You can feel the Sushumna, the ethereal spine, getting ready, because it's blocked. What's it blocked by? It's blocked by feelings, experiences. It needs to be unblocked for the chakras to become activated. And so you've got the Kundalini energy, lifeblood of God, sitting at the base of your ethereal spine, sort of both really. You can feel it. You can feel your ethereal spine eventually. You really can. And you feel this energy. And what I do when I'm teaching my students, as you guys know, I transmit light to you, and you'll start feeling a little bit of tingling or something. Maybe your eyes get a little bit teared up, because that's going into your brain. And then when you're doing the Kriya Yoga breathing as well, what's happening is, so when you listen to the True Prayer app and you do some of the breathing, which I've got some of that breathing on the True Prayer app, well, then it's enticing the Kundalini to come up the Sushumna, and that energy that's being sent to your brain, it's incredible how it works. When my teacher did this, when I first met her all those years ago, it just blew me away, the power of it. And so what's happening is your Ida and your Pingala are now in harmony because you're breathing. And if you want to, you can also, I like to feel that energy over my crown chakra so that your hands actually feel the very, very top of your hair very, very lightly, like a gentle lover, your own lover on your own beautiful crown chakra. So you go. And then another good thing to do if you're finding you're tense from after a big day of work, or you've had a big sleep and you want to really wake up so you can meditate well, then you do this. You breathe in and hunch your shoulders right up. As far as you can. And then you release. And nice big circles. Get all the kinkiness out of your mind and your neck. And then what you do, you put on your meditation music, or you sit in silence. And I highly recommend that you sit in silence for some of it with, headphones that cancel out noise so that you can't hear anything around you. It's just your own breath. And you can focus on your breath. And if you want to, you can visualize as you breathe in, that light is coming up the Sushumna, vibrating up. Just see it flowing up. It doesn't have to be a big visualization, because it might take a while before you can do a long, deep breath. So you just, and then on the exhale, you visualize it coming back down through the Sushumna. And you can do that for a few minutes, or even just for 1 or 2 tracks of some meditation music, and then just sit in silence and maybe just focus on your heart chakra, either at the back of your spine, like a big golden egg, vibrating, all that energy vibrating, molecular structure from God itself, that beautiful Shakti and Kundalini energy vibrating to clean the Sushumna so that your chakras can be activated. If you go to someone and they say, oh, your chakras are like totally, they're just so blocked, they don't know that. It's rubbish. I'm sorry to ever taught someone to say that, but it's not true. Everyone's chakras are not activated. I mean, 98% of the world's chakras are not activated. My heart chakra was slightly activated, but not completely until I started meditating a lot and having my teacher send me light. So that tiny little golden and bright blue, I can't explain it, what it looks like. Eventually you can see it, is vibrating so fast to clean up the Sushumna and so that your chakras become activated, because once they're activated, you go through stargates, you go through different dimensions, you go into what people call the samadhi bliss, where there is no thought, until eventually you cannot wait to stop work and meditate and do your Kriya Yoga breathing to make sure both nostrils are clear. So Kriya Yoga breathing isn't just cleaning out the nostrils. It's also just, you don't have to visualize going up and down the spine. It is nice to do it though, but you can also just, with the headphones on and no music, you can just focus on listening to. It's important not to hyperventilate when you do this. It's important to have a break in between. So you breathe in, eventually your breath will get longer and longer. Hold it. See if you can keep your shoulders down when you breathe in too. And then breathe out. Your exhale ends up usually about 2.5 to 3 times longer than your intake. And then when you've exhaled out through your mouth, you wait a beat again, and then you breathe in through your nose again. And when you can hear it with noise cancellation headphones on with no music, then you could put the music on after that if you'd like to, because now you've calmed everything down. And it's a little challenging to start with when you take a deep breath in through your nose to keep your shoulders down, but it does help. It helps the energy. So if you can keep your shoulders down, spine straight, so it's coming up through your chest, not up through your neck. And you'll hear pussycats meowing with joy. And that is Kriya Yoga. Yay!